What's going on, Motor City Sports Talk? Told you gonna come with 3 straight videos, maybe one more later on today. But also tomorrow you catch the Detroit Lions versus the Miami Dolphins preview show right here on Motor City Sports Talk. I put an invite up. You'll be able to see what time we're going live and what time we go live tomorrow afternoon. Shout out to all the Michigan fans. We're gonna roll over state tomorrow, ain't that right? Go blue. But talk about fantasy. First time I've done this. But I did tell you guys that you guys must plug in Golden Tate in the Dallas Cowboy game. He went off for 30 fantasy points on FanDuel, okay? To tell you the smart plays from this game, I did some little deep analytics looking and some research myself. And Golden Tate is definitely your play here. I think he's the best play of this game. I'm no expert, but I can tell you Golden Tate is the best play of this game. It is expected to rain later in the afternoon in Miami. It's a 50% chance. It's going to be hot, 86, 87 degrees. So it's going to be humid, always humid in South Florida, right off that water. Always humid in Florida in general, okay? So keep that in mind. It's supposed to start raining about 4 or 5 o'clock, so the game should be ended or towards ending at that time. So you have a lot of sunny weather from 1, 2, 3 o'clock, I believe, if the weatherman is telling the truth. So if you believe they change it, it's going to rain a lot. Then you play the running backs, you play the defense, okay? But now we're going to have some clear skies. I love Golden Tate, best play in this whole game. You must start Golden Tate. Obviously, you guys know Osweiler's playing. You know, Lions have one of the worst run defenses in the league. Then you want to play, I prefer playing Frank Gore over Kenyon Drake. And that's just what I prefer. I think, especially after Kenyon Drake almost lost the game and fumbled on the goal line, you want to play you want to play Frank Gore. But that's just my opinion. You can play both if you have one in standard fantasy. I don't play old school fantasy. I play daily fantasy because it's more money. It's funner. I'm not stuck with the same raggedy players I'm stuck with every week. FYI, if you don't know how daily fantasy work or you're scared to play it, DraftKings, Yahoo, Daily Fantasy, and FanDuel is my preferred choice of weapon. But I have played DraftKings as well. It works as you get a set amount of salary. I believe it's like $6,000. You get 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, 1 tight end. Now they eliminate the kicker. You get 1 flex, and you get a defense. Special teams is non-existent in daily fantasy. That's how it is in FanDuel. DraftKings is a little bit different. DraftKings gives you a full point for points perception. It's a little bit different on the pricing. Each player is priced, so you got to make it fit within the salary cap. Deep analytics. It's very fun. You can play for as little as free most weeks, but $1 can get you anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000 sometimes. The more money you bet, the better chance you have to win. But it's hard. It's a lot of research involved in doing it. You just don't want to jump in blind and throw a lot of money into it. They have the $1 Million Maker, which got pushed up by almost a full $1 to $9.99. You enter the contest as many times as you want to, and the winner gets $1 million. It used to be $9, but they pushed it up by $1 this week. And also they have a pick'em contest on FanDuel as well. You pick games, you split the $10,000 pot, if it's a tiebreaker. But here we go. That's totally free to pick them. I like Golden Tate. I like Frank Gore. I accept Kenyon Drake as well. I think those are my three plays. I think Golden Tate is my definite lock to be a fantasy stud this week. Kerryon Johnson is also up there as well. I would go Golden Tate is my lock. Frank Gore, and then Kerryon Johnson. I only say Kerryon Johnson secondary because if Theoretic don't play, Jim Bob Cooter's probably going to find a way to still split his carries between LeGarrette Blount and Amir Abdullah, when I think it's clear that Kerryon Johnson assumed these full duties. His catching out the backfield. The Dolphins allowed 7 catches over 90 yards to Tyreek Cohen. Kerryon Johnson can catch the ball at the backfield, and I think he got a little bit better breakaway speed than Tyreek Cohen, and he can run the ball in between the tackles. And similar to Joe Mixon, I believe he could. The Dolphins ain't really played a great running back yet. Joe Mixon was coming off injury, so I like him a lot. As far as the defenses, if it rains all day, then I go either one. Obviously, I like the Lions play they big play ability in the secondary. With getting interceptions, getting turnovers, the speed at linebacker. And Brock Osweiler starting, so that's definitely a red flag right there, especially if it rains. You all in on Detroit defense. But I wouldn't like primary go with them. If you had other options, I would look at them. But they're very cheap on FanDuel. I imagine they're very cheap on DraftKings. The Miami defense, especially if it rains as well, you got to take a look at that as well. But I like them, but I'm not pretty much sold. They got tough matchups across the board, especially rookie Michael Fitzpatrick, Garden, Galladay, or Marvin Jones. Okay, a sleeper pick for both teams. My sleeper pick for the Miami Dolphins is Albert Wilson. He's challenging Golden Tate, and he's the Yak King. He came from Kansas City, and him and Brock Osweiler had a great rapport last week. So if he's on your waiver wire, you want to pick up Wilson, Albert Wilson. Trust me, Albert Wilson is a very good player, explosive as well. I like Jakeem Grant as well. Very, very distant, wide distant sleeper pick. But my sleeper pick for the Detroit Lions is Marvin Jones. I think he got healthy he was injured in the training camp. I think he got healthy over the break, all right, over the bye week. And I expect Marvin Jones to come out firing. Stafford has a high floor, but not as high and a high ceiling. But I wouldn't really take a chance on Stafford if I didn't have to. But if he's my best available quarterback, then you got to do what you got to do. But these quarterbacks I probably would fade them. But Stafford, if Golden Tate, I would go with Stafford to pick a quarterback. I'm not 100% sold on Stafford, but it's a ability that Stafford can kill this secondary just for the simple fact that Cameron Wake not playing. So the pass rush might not be that devastating, but those are my fantasy guys I really, really like in this game. So let me know how you feel. Make sure you check the weather before you start playing. If it rains a lot in this game, from the beginning, you play the running backs, Motor City Sports Talk. Y'all know what it is. We gone.